because I've been doing most of Fallout 4 and with all that new extra stuff that they added within the Creation Club. Today, in this video, we're going to be showcasing every single vehicle I have on hand. Each garage, underneath the vehicle cargo, but it's going to be the, we would call it a basement. And then I'll also show you the hangar vehicles as well. Whether it's, you know, Pegasus or personal or special, I'll be showcasing them all. Alright, so the first vehicle we have here is, of course, you've been seeing me drive it, using it in a couple of videos, which one of them was the tribute for our good friend Moss. This is the car that I used in the live stream. This is the Dominator GTX. Next up, we have the Vapid Ellie. And this is the old Mustang. Which it's pretty sweet compared to its older sibling. Next up, we have the Vapid Hustler. And yes, it is a hot rod. Hot rods have different looks. I mean, this one looks just like the ZZ Top vehicle that they use. And of course, you get the racing hot rod. Then you've got, you know, the classic look hot rod. Regardless, they're classics. Up next, we have the Fister Comet RS. And of course, it is a Porsche. Anything Fister is a Porsche. Anything Vapid, Ford. Anything Verado is Dodge. Anything that is Enos is Rolls-Royce. OB. So that's one of the guys I used to work with. His name is OB. Anyways, actually it's OB, but that's, I think, Obey Audi. I haven't really figured out what, I think Gotti, either it's Gotti, Labadati, either one of those is Ferrari. And I believe this is the Ferrari type. Alright, so we're going to go back over here. This is Verado. This is the Verado Buffalo Pass. And of course, this is a car that Franklin has. Alibi is more of your Cadillac, of course, because this is a Cadillac. This is the Alibi Cavalcade. So this is the some of these names I really can't pronounce, but as long as you know what the car is, I don't really have to say the name and what actual car brand it is in real life. So I got a couple Rolls-Royce in this as vehicles. I think I have 3 in total. I could buy the van for free, but I got no space. And of course, once again, they didn't release any new vehicles. So I think they're going to do another 3 weeks without a vehicle, and then the 4th week we'll probably get the last 2 vehicles out of this DLC, and then this DLC will be done. completely. Alright, so that's garage number 1. Do I really want to... You know what? Nah, we're not gonna steal a vehicle. We're gonna... take one of these. No, I do have a lot of Pegasus vehicles I will have to cover, as well as personal. And I got another Fortnite invite. And let's put it this way. I don't play Fortnite for multiple reasons. Most people say, oh, Fortnite's a good game. I don't know why you don't like it. There's some games that my parents, or my dad, and my little brother, that they play that I don't. And then there's some games that I play that they don't. But one of the games that they do play is GTA. Which, if my dad actually gets internet, you'll be seeing me with him a lot. And then if my little brother Timothy gets a PS4, then you'll be also seeing all three of us together. And if Johnny isn't always too busy, which that is my brother Decimate 92, then you'll see all four of us together. Think of it as a family reunion. And of course, I would try to get my little brother into it, my other little brother. One of them. Alright, anyways. Now we have our bike collection. Of course, everyone knows that I ran my own MC. So, I have my bikes on standby, just in case if I ever go back to the actual crew as the president of Devil's Pit MC, then I would have the actual vehicles. First up, we have the Western Solvent, which this is the Independence Update bike. It's unique. It's also the vehicle that the police use as their police motorcycle. That's the only reason why I bought it. And hopefully I could take off the livery. And no, livery is default. Next up, we have the LCC Intervention. I don't think I did much on this bike yet. No, I did not. And there we go with the internet having some problems again. So there might be multiple parts within these videos, so I don't know, it depends on how my internet's holding up. It's not really crappy internet, it's just being pretty crappy. Now we have the LCC Hexer. And of course all these bikes are going to be American bikes. Which, we were American, well, technicality, we were kind of, an MC. We didn't care who joined, as long as you wore the uniform, the patch, and you were there during the meetings. That's it. And of course, World American Bikes. We don't care if you're from United Kingdom, or Spain, France, Germany, it don't matter. As long as you knew exactly what we were saying, that's the good side about it. And of course, American bikes only. This is the Western Zombie Bobber. that was the original color I was gonna go for it, but you see the other couple designs, which isn't the exact same coloring. It's just that at that time that looked nice. I saw with chrome, and the chrome was better. Everyone knows this one as the Western Bagger. I mean, it was one of the first couple bikes that we had, which the Western Damon, and then the Western Bagger were the first two bikes that we ever had that were considered American. Oh wait, nope, I'm sorry. I missed one. Two Western bikes were the first bikes, and the other bike, which was the LCC Hexer, which was introduced by the Lost MC, both the Damon and the LCC Hexer. Alright, anyways, next up we get the Western Rat Bike. I mean, come on. You know, you're like, why would you want a rust bucket bike? Well, let's put it this way. Car shows. You got these nice, beautiful, clean motherfucking cars that, you know, are beautiful. But you never ever see a rust bucket pull up. And of course it was an American bike. Why not? Next up, we have the Western Nightblade. Now for your bikes, I really haven't gotten intel on what the LCC is, but Western is basically your Harley. If you look at the emblem, it is similar to Harleys. Next up, we have the LCC. If I mispronounce it, don't get a halfing laugh ass off of it, but yeah, you can do it the best you can. I'm gonna say it. Avarius, I believe it's what it's called. Yes, I'm laughing at myself. Of course, now we have the Western Zombie Chopper, just like its brother, the Bobber. But the Bobber only has one headlight, and the Zombie, which is the Chopper has two headlights, and the Bobber has one. Which it's kind of unique. I think I did put chrome on it. As you can see, if you look at the difference between the red and then the chrome black, now that looks like a, you know, well cleaned motorcycle compared to, hey, I got two nice colors on it. What's up, the blah yaga? Nothing. Just doing a current inventory showcasing of every single vehicle that I own. I mean, I got nothing to do. I don't have to go to work because I have a job, because we already finished the season for that particular show I was working for. My roommate got fired this morning. And we're thinking about going to the store to talk to the store manager and saying that, hey, there's a problem with the store. The same guy that fired me, well, screwed me, they marked Burks for attendance, basically. Leo went back and changed it to stealing time. And now Burke is unrehireable. For me, it was attendance, and for Savannah, it was attendance. For me, I can actually go ahead and go back. Alright, so, did we... I don't know if we did the Daemon. The Western Daemon, one of the original bikes that you can find. Either sometimes you get lucky on the street, sometimes you can get them in missions and whatever. We got I think we got 2 XOXO members in here. I'm gonna send him a quick text. But for my old homie, which is with the XOXO, don't worry, my brother's still in the crew. So, and the only person that he talks to is me. Alright. So, we're gonna go to our next garage. Now if I can catch up to this bike, and just you know how some people can't, get exactly what they were saying on camera, I kind of get lucky. Occasionally I would get lucky. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Western Daemon on the street. Alright. The reason why I left XOXO, some people might consider it tedious, the fact that that's one reason, but I mean, it's nothing personal, there's nothing bad about the crew. I still love the crew's amazing crew. Well, one, I got a better promotion. Well, with that being said, and the reason why I got that better promotion is because I've known the leader for about coming up 5 years. This September, I've known him for 5 years. Or somewhere around September, I've known him for 5 years. I didn't get the game when it first came out. It was about maybe 2 months since then, but I've known him for about 4 years. And so, since I was a good friend of his, he created a crew because I guess something went wrong with Evil Mafia Cartel, which made him create the crew, the Evil Criminals. And even before I joined the crew, he said, "Hey, if you join the crew, I made this crew, I send you an invite, and I'm automatically promoting you to commissioner." So that was one. And of course, I really haven't been hanging out with Evil as much as I used to back when I was with my actual MC. So now he did tell me that I could stay with XOXO and still be in the Evil's crew. Now I am going to rejoin XOXO. There's no doubt about that. It's just that I want the crew to know that, hey, I'm still in the crew, even though I don't have my tag showing, but I am a commissioner in the evil criminals. Alright, before we continually get sidetracked, this is the Vapid Meta. It's a, of course it's a truck. It's a 2-seater truck. And I just love the, some of the features that it came with the truck that, you know, you can add on to it. Next up, we got the 2 new vehicles that came out last week. Which we have the Lamborghini Mitchell GT. Next up, we have the Rune Jupiter. That's a weird fucking name. The Class E Virgo, which of course you can find these on the street. Next up, everyone's lovely favorite car and Sultan, which this is the 4-door version, which was originated in GTA 4, and it was a 2-seater. That's right, brothers for life. Next up, we have the classy Tampa. Most people would prefer the Drift compared to the regular Tampa, which I think this vehicle came out the festive update of 2015. Let's go ahead and see if I'm correct. So we're going to go to Legendary Motorsports. Bingo. Yep. The Festive Surprise of 2015. So, that was a good random guess. The reason why I went with, well, we'll get to it. That's going to be in another garage. But the Tampa, the reason why I wanted it back, I mean, I had it a couple times, sold it, you know, to make space. But now, the reason why I brought it back is because it's a muscle. And I was like, you know what? I saw like a beautiful blue, and I was like, you know what? Fuck the black. Bless you too, brother. The blue just made it pop out more than the usual black and red colors that I used. Next up, we have the Benefactor. Benefactor is basically your Mercedes. Now, most people like, well, I mean, I've seen like the Benefactor 6x6 in real life, or I've seen it in the Jurassic Park movie, but I've never seen one of these in real life. I have. Actually, it was, I think, either this is the second to the last day I worked with Scrabble Fair, or it was the last day. We were driving, or my dad was driving me home. Yep. It was actually in the downtown area. Next up, we have the Canis. Canis is more of your Jeep. I mean, of course, you can look at the front and the back, and you would see, and the body shape. Well, that's a Jeep. This is the Canis Messiah. Next up, we have my favorite little van, even though it's slow as fuck. But, you know, it's kind of like this. Try beating our meat. This is the Barato Boga Classic. Next up, we have another Canis Messiah. But this is the Mercenaries version. Now, what really irritates the crap out of me is that, you know, you can change the tires on the vehicle, but it doesn't change the back tire. That's one problem, number one. Problem number two is that, come on, you got this tire that's the exact coloring of the vehicle, but you can't do it for the rims. Come on, Rockstar, where's the logic in that? Which I have seen plenty of vehicles that have pearlescent actually in it. They're very rare, but I've seen them. Just like in my town. Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, they're very rare, but yet you will see them. I actually seen a McLaren. I have seen a couple Lamborghinis. My older brother's seen a Ferrari. Next up, we have this garage.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, I didn't say your name.
Oh, sorry about that.
Everyone, I do have a an Alexa. Now, some of these vehicles I do need to get rid of. And I'm looking exactly at that yellow car. It needs to go. I mean, maybe. Alright. So here we go. Then we got the Alibi Imperial. Of course, it's a Cadillac. Then we got an Alibi Mana. Some of these weird names for Rockstar to make. Next up, we have the Sitsu Vader. Now, the only reason why I actually kept this bike is because this is the color that it came with. The rims are the same, so I thought it was kind of unique. And it also had Vader on it. Alibi Mamba, which is this is the convertible version of it. Now, sometimes you might be able to find ones with the a back hatch attached to it. This is the Vapid Saddler. Next up, we got the classy Heart Ring Saber. Now, the coloring, you might say, well, that's kind of gay. You got a nice crew emblem, but you got some gay ass motherfucking color on it. Well, that's actually the crew color from XOXO. And I actually caught the leader of XOXO's eyes with it, so she thought it was unique. I'm assuming. Next up, we have the Vapid Stainer. Sorry, there's no L. Now, of course, this is your typical. I think it's close to a Crown Vic, I believe. Yeah, it's a Crown Vic because of course it's Ford. Ford is, or it's Vapid, so therefore it's a Ford. And of course, all you gotta do is look at the logo. Well, yep, just looks like Ford's. And of course, you did Classy. If I haven't announced what the Classy is, it's your Chevrolet. Because of course, if you watch, if you actually went to NASCAR back in like 2005 or watched it, 90% of the vehicles look like these. And of course, sometimes you see them around, you know, drive around in your city, town, etc., whatever you live, and they're all Chevrolet. Next up, we have the Gotti GT 500 with this nice metal silver color, I believe, or just gray. I don't know. It's silver. That's right. Next up, we have don't laugh, Chariot Romeo Hearse. Now, I don't know exactly what kind of brand of vehicle this is. I just know that it's a hearse. Next up is the truck that is still, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Stock. It's the Vapid Bobcat XL. Now, of course, I got some, nice cars. I got fast cars. I got, classics, muscles. And then I got your normal, everyday city driving vehicle. And what's up, bud? What's up, King Warren?
Shit, yo! Just feel.
You are a piece of shit. Wrecking my nice car. What's up, crackhead? How you doing? Lovely. Fuck oppressors. I'm doing a small I'm doing a long as I can possibly make it live stream of every single vehicle I have. If you go to the YouTube video, which is of course my gamer tag, you will see all the vehicles I have without even going to the apartments. Later on, we're doing another Fallout 4 video. I know we haven't finished Fort Harbor. I know that we're building up the settlements, and I'm only on part 8 on that. I've been thinking, and we're going to go ahead and start the other DLC, which is the robot one, the Mechanist. Next up, we have another Chariot Romeo Hearse, which I think, yep, I got another one over there. So in total, I have 3. I can get rid of some of them, but they're very rare to get. The only way you can get them is by having someone that you know that has one to be able to get one. Next up, this is the car that I did find on the street. Didn't tamper with it. It's still the way it was when I found it. The Opel Mitch Sentinel XS. And I forgot what Ubermatch is in real life. And of course we got another Canvas Mesa. Now of course you're like, why the fuck is this thing fucking hot pink? To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck what colored vehicle I drive. Because real men wear pink, real men drive pink car. Next up, we have the Daihatsu Exemplar, that's right. Hey, I had it the second fucking time, okay, you motherfucker. So I actually had it. It's a 4-door. It's got a good sound to it when you start it and you drive around it. It's got a, decent. I don't think I still have the modded version of this. I think I still do. I don't know. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Vapid Trophy truck. But no, this is the different one. I might still have it. I don't remember getting rid of it or anything. Next up, we have the very first car I had for this account. And yes, that was back in 2013, ladies and gentlemen. And it's now 2018 and I still have this motherfucking car. This is the Daihatsu Masquerade race car. And of course, it's... How you can tell that it's modded is because, one, it's a race car. It has its own default livery. You can't put chrome on it. Well, that's when you have chrome on it. With a current, or not the current, crew, color with it. I think that was either my Mercenary Red Skull's crew, or it's the bike crew color. I don't know which one it is, I just know it's one of those two. Or it could be Evil Mafia Cartel's color. Remember, I was in all of these different crews. Benefactor... It's just Schwartz. That sounds like a fucked up name. Yeah, I said Switch Schwartzer. That's exactly what I said. It sounds like a fucked up name. No, I said shit Schwartz. Well, with an ER at the end. Alright, so this is a two-door. Of course, one of my friends, I don't remember who the fuck it was. It might have been... what is it? What was the name I called you earlier? Crackhead. It was either Crackhead who told me that the 4-door is faster than the 2-door. I don't remember who. Of course, we already know what this vehicle is, so fuck it. Just in the video. Alibi Launcher, this is the Halloween update. I think 2000. Let's see if I can get it right. I'm gonna say 2016. Let's take a look, shall we? And the answer lies between... So I said it was 2016, right? And the answer is still unknown because it is not. Wait. I was incorrect, ladies and gentlemen. You see, because the Heist update came out in 2014, right? Somewhere between 2014 to 2015. Now, if you look at it very carefully, this vehicle is before these two. Halloween was before the festive update, and the festive surprise update is Christmas. The Halloween update of 2015 is when these two vehicles came out. Now, it was somewhat close, but the first time I did get it right. But of course, it's got that nice, basically what this is, Alibi Buccaneer. With this garage, we had the Lapidati Viserys. Viserys? Yeah, you get a better way of saying these names, okay? I'll just go from what I can get close to, and you can probably say it better. You know what? Fuck you. That's not the only thing I purchased last night. If you know what I mean. You got it. Your mother. Alright, let's see what we got next. So, let's go ahead and go through the garages. So, we have been through, and oh look, I got another friend in the lobby. Oh, it's Evil Nutty. So, we got the Eclipse Penthouse, the Devil's Pit MC Clubhouse. We have this garage shown. We have this garage shown, and we're just finished up this one. Next up, we're going down to here, and then we're going to go to here. Then we go to here, and then last but not least, no, not last but not least, we get this garage right here for the CEO, which I have 3 in there. And then finally, nope, I still got more to show you guys. Of course, we got the hangar. Then we get the facility, but then after the facility, there is one vehicle I have to pull out, but I have to call it in. You know what? Fuck that wait. Facility will be the last one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and call it out. Alright, so I know which garage I'm heading to next. What? Poor? You know what? I'm right with you. I only have like 38,000. Well, you're still richer than me. Well, lucky you. Congratulations. And you won't share it, and you won't share it with your buddy or me. What did you say about Mexico? And I'm still not able to go into the back. What the fuck, Rockstar? As soon as I start into the cab, the blue circle indicates that, hey, I'm able to go in the back. What the fuck? So what we're gonna do, sorry traffic, but you guys are gonna be blocked off. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this vehicle out of the way because it's only fucking one. Huh. Ladies and gentlemen, here is our next vehicle, which I don't think it will show the name, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. And yes, it's the ISSI. Well, it's actually the Weenie Weenie ISSI Classic. Hey, shut the fuck up. And you know what? We're gonna go ahead and put the the muscle car back up. And of course, I did a video when this car first came out. It's got a great sound tune to it. This is the other Rustmobile. Yes, you want to get in? Oh, look at them. Yes, they're just having a good time out on the corner.
Fucking A.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you too. She said fucking A. Alright. I took the wrong turn. We're not going to go underneath there because it's going to take us out to another section. So... and I do not know how to drive. See the tile flew above me on the other side of that bridge. And yeah, no. So we went ahead and went to another street, and now we're back on track. And I got probably another invite from, nope, Silent M crying, without the Y, ER4. I don't know if we've been into these garages, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look. What was the, yeah, this is the last vehicle, but what garage was I in that had the last vehicle? Was it the Lapidati, fuck. It was the one that, then you said, never mind. Shut up, Joel. Okay, so yeah, we have been in this garage. And I'm assuming we've been to the other one. Yeah. We've been into these garages. So we're going all the way down. Sorry, you're not fast enough to take that picture. That's right, I know exactly where we're at. Now, ladies and gentlemen, those are just vehicles out of the personal vehicles. And then, of course, some of them will be special vehicles from the, under the special vehicle cargo warehouse. But then, we still got Pegasus vehicles to do, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. I'm gonna park our vehicle right here. I'm gonna go inside this garage. Alright. Now, you know how, you know what, fuck it. We'll get to that point later. But now we have the Nether Alibi Valcade. Valcade? Whatever. But this one is a different one. This is the one where you get to have the boombox in the back. Or the stereo system in the back. Next up, we have the I don't know, I'm thinking. That can't be right. That yeah, never mind. But we're gonna go ahead and check. I'm gonna look at the vehicles real quick and see if I can find one. Nope. 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 I think this is the only one of its kind, possibly. Okay, the rest of them are just bikes. Let's go to the other website. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, wait, yep. But we still haven't figured out what that is. I want to look for a car that, from the body, I can actually tell what kind of vehicle it is. That's another one, but... ANNIS. Of course, I'm looking at it. It was like picturing in my head. So basically, this is a Nissan Skyline. I don't know exactly what model it is. Could be the 1997, could be the 1999, it could be the 1998. But, you know. Next up. Oh, wait. And that, of course, is the LG Retro Custom. Next up, we have the Class A Drift Tampa. Now, this is what I was trying to say earlier. Yes, I have both of them. I have the regular the Classic Tampa, and then I have the Drift Tampa. Why not settle for one if you can settle for both? Which this color is another crew color for XOXO. Every single time we add a new vehicle and they change the crew color, I have a car for that particular color. Next up, we have, we have 3 of them. This one is a light blue with some type of pearlescent. I don't remember which one it is, but it gives it that nice coloring to it. Next up, we got the lime green Pfister Comet Retro Custom. And yes, I have 3 of them. Next up, we have everybody's little favorite, overpowered motherfucking car. Even King Warren's favorite vehicle. The Oclet Feyre. Oclet is, I believe, is it Jaguar? Right? King. Hey, crackhead. Crackhead. Hey, crackhead. Alright, anyways, you know what? Fuck. He won't even talk. Okay. We'll match Sentinel Classic. Now, this car, nah. You know, it looks pretty cool. Next up, we have another street vehicle, but it is not insured, so I need to go ahead and do that. It's the Papa Daddy Phelan GT. I mean, it's a convertible. I don't know why, I'll probably still have it. Okay, now we got the Obey Omnis. But of course, we all know Obey is Audi. Just look at the symbol. And then of course we have another Porsche. That's that garage, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, I'm kind of speeding through it, you know, not showing you the whole body. I mean, most people, you know, seen the vehicle.
Hola. Hello there. Hola.
So, what is next on our list? Alright, so we just finished this one. We don't have anything down here other than a bunch of warehouses. Now, the reason why I'm going to this one instead of the special vehicle cargo warehouse is that we're gonna end up going back up there anyways to go to the CEO garage. Okay, I thought it kind of turned red a little bit. It just might be at the end of glow. But you gotta notice how small these vehicles are. This vehicle. So it's like the size of an average car, which is a this car is extremely small for its. I mean, it's a Mini Cooper. Of course, it's supposed to be small. I mean, my mother actually has one in real life. Hopefully we don't get killed by these people. Hopefully. Alright, they can stay in a little fight. I'm just going to avoid it. So, and how we're going to do that? Of course, I could have gone down. I think, you know, go down that way and just get to the garage. That was a perfect drift right there. Now we're gonna go down. As I almost missed my turn. Alright, so we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna go in this garage. Alright, before anything else, we're gonna go into the map and see. Alright, so I showed you this one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I believe I'm missing 1. And yes, of course, I didn't count for the bike club. And of course, I showed you the vehicle that was in the MLC. So, okay, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 6 apartments, I believe I have. Okay, so I have 5 in total, which were in the 5th one, and then that's 6. And then that's 7. And then, of course, 8 areas that I showed you. Actually, 7 I showed you, and now we're about to show you the 8th. This is the Classy Mamba. And no, I do not need Joe for helping reading that. Next up, we have my sweet water vehicle, the Auckland Stormberg. Oh, I'd love to take that out for a spin again. Next up, we have the Gotti Turismo R. And of course, I don't have the necessary funds to, I already seen all the upgrades. It's not that amazing. Next up, we have the Benefactor Jindal. Yeah. Next up, next to it, we have the Lapidati Casco. And that was during the heist update. Alright, for your HV or HVY is basically heavy, which is military standard vehicles. This is the HVY Mirage. And of course this came out with the... Next up we have everyone's favorite James Bond vehicle, the Apache JB700. Next up, we have the Girardi Stinger. And then next up, we have the Gotti Stinger GT. And of course, we have a convertible Ubermuch Sentinel. the last set of vehicles I will be showcasing is the Pegasus vehicles. But of course, why would I just, call them all in when I can show you on the website? I mean, I have every single Pegasus vehicle, so it's not hard to see something that I don't have when I already have it. But then I can go ahead and just if I had the money I used to have, then what would I do?
Hello, this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help?
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pull over to the side. We know exactly which building we're going to next. So we got the Rhino tank. Of course, we got all these other vehicles. And I think on the very bottom we have the P996 laser.
Call again. Goodbye. And we missed our area. Instead I went left instead of right. Now we take a left. Then we take a right. Now of course I have a single vehicle for the special vehicle.
Hey babe, I didn't get it.
Yeah, she didn't get it. She didn't get the, Alright, this is the last cigarette I'm gonna be smoking. Because, yeah, it's not that I don't have a money issue. Not yet. Technicality I do, technicality I don't. Of course, this is why I can't really show you. Well, because one, I can't drive them. So what's the point of even putting them in the video if you can't drive them? So we're gonna go down under. And yes, just climbing down those stairs is just a pain in the ass. First off, we have the... They don't even say the fucking names. So this is an ATV, which can go in water, It's got missiles, machine guns. Next up, we have the Ruiner 2000. I remember that name because it's the Knight Rider car. With that nice, beautiful chrome paint job. Next up. The chrome and the red is to make it look fuller. Next, we have this big bad armored Boxville. I think this is like a dune. We'll go ahead and look at them. Nope. There we go. Now this is the Wastelander. And the Armored Boxville, the full name, yeah, it's just Armored Boxville. So we have an Armored Boxville, we have a Wastelander, we have a Ruiner 2000. And then we get the Blazer Quad. Or, no, not Quad, Aqua. Which is also on sale, ladies and gentlemen. The Aqua for sale, if you have the trading price, is for $924,000, and buy it now is about $1,228,920. Anyway, so we already have it. So what's the point? Then we got the Techno Aqua. Then we have the Phantom Wedge. And then last but not least, or second to last but not least, we have the Ramp Buggy. And then last but not least, we have the Rocket Baltic. And here they all are. And my buddy Joel left. Well, fuck you, Joel. Yeah, I'm always a cunt to him, so. I didn't tell him that. I didn't ask him what position that Snake put him in. If he's representative, lieutenant, or commissioner. I don't know all the ranks. Muscle. Yeah, it's muscle, representative, lieutenant, and then there's something else, and then there was commissioner. I need to ask him that question. For me, I'm a commissioner. Because if you do a mission, and if you look very carefully at your crew tag, if it's one block, you're I think it's like maybe 5 blocks, 12 sections, I believe. The first one is muscle, second one is representative, third one is lieutenant, and then I think the last one is commissioner. I believe. Maybe it's 4. I don't exactly know the number. I just know that muscle is your lowest rank. But if you do a mission and you look at it, they will tell you which one you are. If you have 3, you're a commissioner. If you have 4, you're the leader. If you have 2, you're a representative. And if you have 1, you are a muscle. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. You little piece of shit. That's right, keep shooting at my car. You can't enjoy the nice beauty of a rust bucket.
Excuse me for what?
Come back here, Cola boy, don't be a little bitch. And you are a bitch. Run like a little bitch, you are. Run. Anyways, let's go to the second to last, or somewhat to last. Remember, we still have each garage for the CEO office has 20 cars in each one, so that's 60 cars right there. And I have like what, 6 garages of regular vehicles. Well, 60 plus 60 is, well, in each one of those regular garages has 10 cars. So that's 10 times 60, or, no, sorry. 10 times, no, yes, 10 times 6 is 60. 60 plus 60 is 120. Add another 10, which is the bikes, that's 110. Or, no, that's 130, sorry. And then add one more, that's 111 vehicles right there that I showcased you guys. So, yes, I have every single vehicle already put into the garages. This is the overflowed Entity XXR. Chevelle Taipan. I almost said Tenpan. Pegasi Tesseract. Gaudi Turismo Classic. Now this is where you're going to get some of the nice fancy cars as well. Pegasi and Furnace Classic. Pegasi Toronto. So yeah, I think this is how it is. I think Gaudi and Lamborghini are both Ferrari, and then Pegasi is Lamborghini. And here's one of those famous, you know, hey, where did your ass go? This is it's basically a Corvette. Concrete Classic. Interventuro Concrete Classic. I don't really fucking know how to say it, so please don't judge. This is the Oclet XA21. This is the Dantry Virgo Classic Custom. And then of course we have 2 of these Vapid Chino Customs, which we have 2 of them. One's kind of a goldish, brownish color, and the other one is a purple color. This is my first ever lowrider ever made, the Alibi Buccaneer Custom. Next up we have the Vapid Contender. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your second level on the first garage. Remember, we still got one more to go. Next up, we have the Gaudi Cheetah Classic, the Bachi Wagner, Ubermatch Revolter, Karin Fructo, which that's not with an F, that's not with the P, that's with an F. The Bachi 770, Vapid Flash GT, Overflowed Tyrant, and ladies and gentlemen, that ends your garage number 1. Here we go to garage number 2. Now, some of these vehicles I have, you know, a couple of them, and you've probably seen in other videos. But, you know, I'm showing you casing of every single vehicle I have just to show to the loves for the ones that I do not drive. Either because I'm playing, you know, other games or driving the newest car and, you know, enjoying it. But here we go. Here is the classics old school garage. And ladies and gentlemen, for the people that are in this session, if you want to watch the YouTube channel, this is my gamer tag, mercenary_Tracy_. Alright, so these are the independent vehicles, which this one was the first, no, not independent, these are the Valentine's Day, which I think the first one was Valentine's Massacre, I believe. We're going to go ahead and pull it up. It's something Massacre. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong website, that's why. These two vehicles are in a Legendary Motorsports, yep. What is the Valentine's Day Massacre Special, and then part of Be My Valentine is the upgraded version. So we have the Audi Roosevelt, which I believe came out in the year 2014. Yeah, Valentine's Day of 2014, because the game came out in September, I think 31st of September of 2013, back on PS3. Well, then you have September, October, November, December, January, February. Voila. And that'll be the year of 2014. Then you have the Audi Roosevelt Valor, which came out in either 2015 2016. It's been a 2-year mark since we had that vehicle. But that vehicle only came out on a PS4. Next up, we have the Class C Tornado Rat Rod, which that one came out in the Halloween Festival update of 2000. Well, let's put it this way: it's under bikers, but because the bikers didn't end until during the Halloween season, which was in October, that they had this one and the Sanctus come out. One's representing the angels, which one is representing the devils. Of course, the bike is the devils, and the rat rod is for the angels. And that's when you also have the adversary mode. Next up, we have the Vapid Hot Knife. Now, this car is not really an old school classic, but you know what? I don't know why I still have it in this garage. This is the Obey 9F. This is the Brado Rat Loader. And as you can see, no, this was not a mod, or a car that we kind of, it is a car that we glitched the back off. But anyone can do it. You don't really necessarily, I don't see why Rockstar would take it out. I mean, it doesn't have to do with anything with rank, money, or cheating in that perhaps way. It's just, you know, hey, if you, it's kind of like the, what is it? It's the Bugatti Nero, basically, which in real life is the Bugatti Chiron. Chiron, that's what it is. Bugatti Chiron. If you move the spoiler, leap back and forth, or constantly really fast, and then you let go on a certain one, that it would completely take the spoiler off. And of course, the car had a default spoiler, so it was impossible to have a non-spoiler car, which makes the car look way better without that spoiler. Well, we did the same thing with the Rat Loader, the Rat Rod Loader, and it works only for the ones that are not clean. Which I try to do it for a cleaner version, because then I would get rid of that Rat Rod, and then I have another space for another classic. Anyways, let's continue with the list. We're on the second garage, and this is the second floor, so this is 2B. This is the Vapid Slam Band Custom. Of course, it's got a weird fucking name. And you guys will laugh too. This is the Valcar, the Valcar Fagalola. Next up, we had the Declasse Yosemite. No, long time ago, I actually had two of these. One was chrome with, not the flatbed, but the, you get it. The Declasse Tornado Custom. Declasse Tornado, which is the hardtop. Next up, we have the Alibi Hermes. Then we have the Verado Rat Truck. Now, the difference between the Rat Truck and the Rat Loader is that the Rat Truck is clean. And of course, you cannot take the back off. Or change the back if the back is the same. Or should we say back as in bed. And if you could change the back, then you would be able to remove the bed completely off. Yeah, no. Next up, we have the Infrator. It's basically the Corvette. It's the Concord Blackfin. Fade Z-Type, which a Fade is basically a Bugatti. The Classy Voodoo Classic. Vapid Priote or Piote. BF Surfer. BF is basically a Volkswagen. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the other Vapid Hustler, but this is without the body parts, which includes the hood, front grille, and of course the side skirts have all been removed. And it makes it look like an actual hot rod. Last but not least, for this garage, we have the Alibi Frankenstein. And I'm surprised that we went through a whole video without it crashing on me. Yeah, it's either, for Fallout 4, it's either the game or the live stream that would collapse. No, I did some things on Fallout 4. Alright, so this is more of your muscle garage. first up, we have the Vapid Dominator, the Classy Stallion, Impanti Dukes of Death. Dukes of Death, basically. The Impanti Dukes, the Dinka Ballista Compact, Alibi Virgo, and that is your first level, last garage, before we head to the my favorite airplanes. Of course, we have the Lapidati Trustful Rally. Then we have another Impanti Dukes, which this one represents, of course, the Dukes of Hazzard. I have the Dukes of Hazzard horn color, and of course, I couldn't find the rebel flag, so instead, I went with a American flag. Next up, we have another Vapid Riata, which is RIATA. And of course, that is not, a muscle, and neither is a car that's about to come up after I announce this one. This is the Impanti Nightshade. Now, this is the vehicle that is not a classic, and if you're watching within the live stream or watch it later on, you would basically see it yourself. The Canis Camacho. And then next up we have the Impanti Phoenix, the Classy Saber Turbo, which that car, the rims are the only thing, and a couple of upgrades, including I think the tinted windows as well are upgraded onto it. The rest of it is exactly the same. Next up, we have another Vapid Dominator, but this one is green. The first one was blue. Next up, we have the Impanti Dukes of Death. Of course, these next two vehicles are not muscle, so bear with me. This is the Anus. Well, not Anus. Anus. You know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna say it because there's multiple car names that sound the same. Which you have the ENUS, then you have either another one, and then you have the ANNIS. LGH or RH8. I'm sorry, I messed up. Which basically is your Nissan. It's a Nissan GT. That's all I know about it. It's one of the cars that Paul Walker drives after they. It's when I think it's The Rock. Dwayne Johnson goes after fuck, it's been a long time since I've seen Fast and Furious. It's one of the vehicles that at the end of that movie they have these two new vehicles, which Toretto, there we go, Toretto and his crew. Toretto gets his new Camaro Challenger, and of course, Paul Walker gets his, his favorite kind of car, which is more of a tuner's. And of course, his first movie that he was in, he uses the Nissan Skyline 1999. So he's going to go with another Nissan vehicle. Next up, we have the Vapid Caracara. Next up, we have the Impanti Phoenix, the Bachi Vapid GT Classic, and then the Verado Gauntlet. Now, I could include the vehicles that are on the yacht, which is basically what for what kind of boats are they called? You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna look it up. Of course, we got one dinghy there. Then we got a Lapidati Tro. And then we got 4 She Sharks. And then for the helicopter, of course, we have a Swift, which is a regular white Swift. That's it. So there's no really purpose on. Last but not, or the second to last but not least, we're going to the hangar. And my hangar is located at the military base. Now, I will have to shuffle some of the vehicles around just for you to see them all. And then, last but not least, the last would be the facility. And of course, we got, a couple ways to drive to the military base. Now, of course, I don't have a vehicle. I mean, technically, I do have a bunker, or a vehicle in the bunker. But here's the catch: I'm already driving it. Because whatever vehicle you put into your MLC, or it's delivered to your MLC, will automatically spawn into your bunker for that one vehicle slot. Alright, so we finally reached the military base. Where's my wallet? And that's $1 right there. And then that's $1.50. And yay. And my wallet's down over there. Alright. Of course we have which is the double-bladed helicopter in real life. It's called the Chinook, which is the standard Marines helicopter, and I believe also the Army uses it as well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and list every single vehicle that is in this garage. All of them should be here. Should be. Let me call Morse Mutual to make sure. Alright, so here is I think the P99, yeah, it's P996 late. Then of course we got the Cuban 800. The Harrier, which is the Hydra. Then we got the Sea Sparrow. Then we have the P-45 Nakota, which in real life is the P-51 Mustang, which was used in World War II. And then of course we have the common helicopter Buzzard, but it's AKA Little Bird. And of course we already got the double-bladed helicopter. This one I don't know what era it's from, but we're going to go ahead and get in the cockpit, and I'll just say the name of it. It's the Western Rogue. Well, obviously it is an American plane, but let's go ahead and look at the body. This was used in the Cold War. Vietnam. I mean, of course, they still had propeller vehicles, and then of course they have, great jets. But if you look at it, it's not even close to being to what they used in World War II compared to today, which we use, lasers and Hydras, which is your basic formal jets, for like the F-22 Raptor. Alright, so that's what we have showing on here, but I still got more in storage, which I don't have a lot. And I have my reasons. Okay. Sold them all. But, of course, we have the salvage, which we are going to put right here. Which, that double-bladed helicopter is a cargo bomb. So we got the salvage, Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is basically, well, the tail is what's throwing it off, the tail blade, but it's basically the Yui, which was also used during the Cold War. And then of course we have the Annihilator, which was originated in GTA 4. If you had the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC for GTA 4, you would see that helicopter shadow fly above you. But then you also go to the airport and you would end up finding one of those, including the Buzzard. And there we go. That ends that. Hi Cinderella, I didn't see you join. Last but not least, we're going to go straight to the facility. Mr. Flappers. Did anybody say anything? Take us now. You know, that civilian almost pissed himself. Or probably did. Alright, so next up we have the Osprey in real life, but this is the Avenger. Ah, there they are. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that little moped because I'm actually going to get rid of it. Next up we have the Heavy Insurgent Pickup Custom. Well, if you noticed. Yeah. And then of course we got another Impanti Deluxo. I should have another Deluxo. I don't know where it's at. I mean, I could call my mechanic. Oh, never mind. There it is. Alright, so now we got a this fucking site. It's the Kajali tank. What is the TM02 Kajali tank? Next up, we have my little baby, the Vapid Trophy Truck. And this is the one that King Warren told me that he gave me. And then this is the actual car that I bought, which is the Impanti Dukes. No, not the Deluxo, not Dukes. Deluxo. Ah. Just calm down. Calm down. I need to get a lot of fucking sleep. This is the, I think, the hijack jetpack. Should be in a war spec. It's called, no, it's the thruster. It's completely fucking wrong. Alright, so let me go ahead and read up the names here. So we got the RCV, Jolly Tank. I had a Kula. I also had one of these. I had one. I know for a fact I had one of these. I don't know what happened to it. I had one of these. I had one of these. Had one of these. Had one of these. I had every single plane. I had. So, including these vehicles, I also had every single one. If it was new, I had it. Oh, I can't forget the anti-aircraft trailer. Which that is in my bunker. But yes, I do have one of these. Screw back up. Alright, so we got the either, yeah, it's Russian. Chernodog, or Chernobog. And then the RCV, and then of course the thruster. Now you're probably saying, well, then you must have space for another vehicle. I mean, you're missing a couple. No, you can't see it. I have to call it out for you to see it. Anyways, we have the RCV ride control van. Next up, we have the Batmobile, which is the 1990s, I would say, version. And no, it's not Ben Affleck. Yay. It's the original. Oh, the person before him. Boo. Then this is the Chernobog. And of course it's Russian. Red Star. Stands for the Red Army. There was a white army, and I'm not trying to be racist, but That's what they were called. There's the Red Army and the White Army back in World War One, which Russia had a civil war. We weren't the only ones that had a civil war. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is every single vehicle that I currently have. Yes, I would have had more, but, you know, money is money, budget is budget. And, yeah. So, of course, like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you do subscribe, do not forget to hit that bell notification. It'll tell you exactly when I'm updating or having a live stream, and hopefully, luckily, you guys will get the information before the live stream is up. Now, I do have another tank. It's just that you have to call it in. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I will have a Fallout 4 video today, and we'll be starting the Mechanist update, or DLC. I know we haven't finished Far Harbor, which, the part of the Far Harbor one I absolutely fucking hate. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.